Normally I don't talk, but I've been getting people into the Taiwan version of MSGO more and more, so I figure I do a little breakdown because I don't think there's any translation. So what you're seeing here is basically after you've logged in, selected your character, you'll be greeted to this. Sometimes you'll get a little pop-up. To break it down, up here is where you buy things. The first menu here is basically to purchase things. Uh, Option 1 is mobile suits. Option 2 is blueprints. Option 3 is parts to build mobile suits. And this one down here is just like boosting items. But you can get boost items from the gacha, and pretty much, despite the fact that you can buy them with cash monies, as you can see, GP, and GP is pretty much easy to come by. This isn't like SD Gundam Capsule Fighter where you get like maybe 300 points, and in the point shop the items are like 5,000. Some items actually going back here. Some items like the Master Mechanic ticket, uh, to increase the rarity and to keep people from just buying a bunch of them. They're obviously cash money only. Same with the DX tickets. With mobile suits, you can't actually buy a mobile suit and be done with it. As you can see, these are rentals. You literally are buying a rental. You're not buying the suit, so you can't just buy the best thing in the game and be done with it. Right now, it's rather bare bones compared to the JP version, but the blueprints, they come in silver and gold qualities. In the JP version, there's a rental quality that's cheaper. Now, the gold blueprints are 2 million, as you see, but these are pretty much the starter suits. So, like the Zaku 1, the GM, the Zaku 1 trainer, not trainer, Zaku 1 worker, GM trainer, the F type. Basically, these are bare bone suits, so they're going to be 2 million. In the JP version, pretty much all the other suits, the higher end ones, are 5 million. So it takes a bit of a grind to get a gold blueprint. Shit. Fuck. Fuck. These are just parts. You can win them by getting the game. You don't even you never really have to visit this screen because when you build a mobile suit, it will just go, if you don't have the parts, it'll go, hey, do you want to spend this amount of game points to cover all the costs that you don't have? And it's pretty much the same cost as if you bought the exact amount of parts. So you just go, yeah, build it. So that's that screen. And of course, the opposite of buy is sell. And as you can see, this is what I've got on my hanger. I can sell any of these, except for the ones with this symbol right next to them. That means they're loaded onto my deck, so it won't let me sell them for obvious reasons. Blueprints, I'm right. These are, if you notice, there are multiple tabs in the blueprints as well as on the suits. This is the Assault. Assault are pretty much the classes that tend to have melee weapons on them. They're pretty much the fastest suits. They tend to be the faster suits out of all the classes. Of course, there's Federation and Xeon. Here you have, I believe, heavy assault. Yeah, heavy assault are more oriented on support. They're a bit slower than assault units, but they usually have a lot of firepower. This is this is repair. I can see the JC right there. I can't read Chinese, so. But this is repair. Repair is pretty much the support class. They have weapons. They're not that great in terms of stats. You can put up a fight with them. I'm not gonna say like they're completely useless. You can put up a fight with them, but it's like trying to stop a bullet with wet paper. Here you have artillery. Artillery, it can actually. I play my Zaku cannon like a heavy assault unit, but artillery primarily has a howitzer cannon. That you can shell targets from a distance. You know, enemies that are dug in, you can attack them. Of course, if they're running anti-artillery pods, your shots will never connect, and you can actually, as you look up during battle, you can look towards where you think your shells are going to fire, and if you see them exploding in midair, then that's an anti-artillery pod. And the last one, snipers. Of course, snipers are... Seriously, there's not a gold Zaku on sniper blueprint? I guess it's just that overpowered. Alright. So that's that. That's for that. This is blueprint. Oh, wait, yeah, I just went to blueprints. A good thing is, if you have excess rental blueprints, which are green ones, which I... Oh, yeah, I've got some right here. If you got excess rentals that you're not going to use, sell them. Because it's extra money, and extra money means you can spend it on upgrading suits or parts. Now, this is, of course, parts. As you can see, I've collected a fair bit. There's parts for modules, and there's spray paints and shit like that for different colors on my suits. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is something that's literally just created to sell. Sell that, you get money. This is a master device. It's used to actually increase the amount of times you can upgrade your weapons. It's 3 for the first time, 4 for the second time, 5 for the third time, and so on and so forth, up to 5 extra upgrade slots. That's only for weapons, though. They can also be used on some suits to unlock special weapons, like the Zuta's anti-ship rifle or the Zakutu Kai's Santa balloons. And you can just break them down. This is the Alt tab, essentially. Here is where you collect your items collect. The Taiwan version has a few different things, like the upgrade tickets aren't in the JP version. Also, these are upgrade tickets specifically made for upgrading weapons, and those aren't in the JP version. As is this super respawn, which pretty much takes cooldown off all your suits. The only way I've been able to obtain them is through completing challenges and completing the tutorials as a reward. And actually, I'll go over some of these items. These are for modules. These, as you play the game, you get one of these a day. These are exchange tickets, and you use them to exchange for, Gasha tickets, Master Mechanic tickets. If you save up a lot of them, you can trade them in for like mobile suits. These are Gasha tokens. These are something that's exclusive to the Taiwan version, as is this, and I don't know the fucking name of it. But these are used for, these are a bit more common to come by than the daily tickets. Or maybe less, I'm not sure. These are pretty much used to exchange for suits instead of the exchange tickets filling that role like they do in the JP version. This is a garage ticket, and I'm sorry if I'm going fast. But the garage ticket, for 10 of them, you get 1 extra hangar space, and if you do the tutorials, you'll get about maybe 4 or 5 extra hangar spaces. I've been doing nothing but tutorials, and I've gotten 23 spaces. You start with 8, so keep that in mind. It pays to do that. These are boosts. One of these is boost consumption. The other one's boost recharge rate. Again, I've just been stockpiling them. This gives you extra ammo. Not really much. It'll give you, say you've got a Zaku 2 with a bazooka, it'll give you 1 extra shot. So it's not that. This, of course, is a bit of a game changer. Armor up. It's not much. I'm not sure how much. I think about maybe 5-10%. Doesn't say. Right, done there. You're never going to use this. This is a thing, if you get a code or something, you exchange it for that. No one ever uses. However, you will be using this a lot. On the JP version, there's actually a different menu. This doesn't exist. It'll actually show you, you'll only really have the DX Gasha, which is this, the Event Gasha, which is this, and the Daily Gasha. The GP Gasha no longer exists on the, on the JP version. They actually eliminated that. Now the Game Point Gasha is basically, you can't buy the tickets, but you can find them, and they're given out during events, usually in bulk. It gives you, it's basically, it's spin for a chance to win. it does the amount of prizes in the gacha doesn't decrease, meaning that doing this won't do anything. Now, I'm just gonna because my OCD is fucking killing me right here. But as you can see, I have 270 tickets, and you'll see two buttons here underneath the GP and the one to buy with basically their fake currency. This one is to spin once, and basically, do as that. It spins once, you get that. This one is the one I highly advise using. It costs 10 tickets. However, you get 11 prizes, so you pretty much get a freebie out of that. Because probability in games and shit like this isn't that great, I usually recommend saving up a bunch of gacha tickets. I usually save around like 500 or so, then blow it. This is the DX gacha. The Taiwan version right now is using a really old version of what the JP version used, where every so often they'd switch out the DX gacha with a new one. However, the DX gacha is like the GP gacha at this point in time on Taiwan, where the amount of prizes inside the gacha doesn't decrease. However, these are pretty much the new shiny suits. Will not give you the edge if you don't know how to use them properly. So they're strong, but in the hands of a ship pilot, you're going to just be looking at them coming up cooldown. This right here is talking about a bonus. Basically, you get a freebie for every time you spin. Again, this is spin once, spin 10, win 11. For DX, I highly, highly recommend that you only use this. This is the EX gacha. There was an event that happened. The EX gachas are event gachas that don't really happen that often. Usually, a lot of the time, you won't see anything here. It will be like a closed blast door with text pretty much what I think is pretty much saying there's nothing here right now. As you can see, there's a number here. This is similar to the JP version where you will eventually get the big prize. You will. There is no doubt. Not only that, but you have a chance at stuff that's normally rare. And once the gacha has been emptied, you can actually refill it. Or if you're just farming for one specific thing, like, I don't know, Master Mechanic tickets, the moment you win the Master Mechanic ticket, you click this button, click this, hit yes, and it resets. This is the daily gacha. As you can see, you get, basically every week, if you play at least once a day, you'll get tickets. As you can see, these are the prizes. They don't really change unless it's a special event. You can't do spin 10, win 11 because there's not 10 prizes here. So it's pretty much one a day. But hey, it's pretty much a free Master Mechanic ticket and free DX ticket a week. And this last one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is exclusive to Taiwan or not. But essentially what this is while I was starting out on the Taiwan version, I was getting those blue tickets. And it's basically you get one, you spin one. And as you can see, I have 0 right here. Because I've exhausted the entire fucking thing. But this is pretty much like for people getting new into the game, so they're not stuck with the starter suits. They have they have something strong to help them. And once it's empty, it's emptied. So it's any leftover tickets you can sell. This button I never really use. This is buyback. As you can see, everything I've sold right now is there. So you have mobile suits, built suits, blueprints, items, and then like player items shit. With this being the alt tab. This is the exchange tab, which I touched on. As you can see, you get 1 ticket a day. You can exchange it for this. Now, on the JP version, this next tab over here would be pretty much you'd exchange tickets for mobile suits. And since it's faction based, of course, Xeon can only get Xeon. But here it's blended. So what they've done is they use the gacha tokens, and you can pick what you want. Of course, provided you have enough. So it's a bit of a grind, but hey, work hard, get what you want. And so that's that. pretty much all of these here from the drop down will bring you right to that. So as you can see by my this is your challenges. This is daily challenges. I'll go back to the first tab in a second. Daily challenges, basically you get 3-day. You do them, you get prizes. And if you get 4, you get, usually it's only like 50k GP on the JP version. Sometimes during events, they'll give you like, during EX events, it'll be, hey, get a perfect challenge clear and you'll get 10 EX Gasha tickets, which is a sweet deal. Of course, when you have, 7 challenges completed, click that, claim your reward. This is, unless you join a guild, and this is a shameless plug for Nozaku, you won't see anything unless you're in a guild. This is guild challenges. Basically, you and your guild has all week to complete these. If you get perfect clear, you get the prize, of course. The challenges actually scale with the size of the guild. So if you have a guild of, right now we've got 3 guys, this is basically as hard as it's going to get. We're clearing challenges, but if you've got a guild of 50 people and half of them are never really on, it's going to scale appropriately to the fact that you have 50 people but not 50 active people. So yeah, this is an event thing, and I've fucking missed the DX ticket shit. But basically, it's just a attendance event. Play each day, you get a prize after the first match of the day. And here, as you can see, is if you play a certain amount of days, you get extra bonuses. This is a new pilot challenge. All right, so as you can see, you get that. So that's good for everyone, basically, who's starting out. So I highly suggest doing that. So we'll leave that behind. Oh, shit, no. Alright, going back to this, the first challenges. I'm not sure what these are. But since I've got one clear, this basically complete 6 challenges. Click this one to accept. Your handler will pretty much spew some stuff at you saying, great job. As you can see, I have a lot of challenges unlocked. However, when you start, you won't have many. Challenges are unlocked by completing tutorial missions, which I'll back out real quick. Right here. Basically, do all the tutorial missions. You don't have to do them. However, it gives you stuff for the completion of those tutorial missions. And like what happened with me on the JP version, I never really did the tutorials. Instead, I jumped right into the game. The good news is, if you don't do the tutorials, everything's retroactive, meaning if you play this game for a year and you never do the tutorials, but then like half a year into playing it, you decide to do them and you unlock the challenges are going to be completed pretty much as you unlock them, and it's just going to retroactively stack because the game has stat tracking. So here, this button's your card. This is, of course, me. This is your. On the JP version, I've got over a 50% win rate, but I'm stuck in the lower levels on the Taiwan version. Half the time, it's either play with bots or play with people who feel like you feel like they're half asleep. I can't translate any of this shit, and there is a picture somewhere out there on for the JP version that shows, and it's pretty much gonna be the same for this, where it translate everything on the scorecard for you. This is your rank. Originally, the ranking system's been weird, and I could spend all day talking about the older systems that used to be in place, but right now, it's pretty much win 6 matches to get a promotion. If your majority of your matches played in the 6 is losses, you might be looking at a demotion. This is something new. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's just titles. Titles you've unlocked and shit like that you can apply to your pilot. These are medals. Medals are gotten through various things. Melee, stuff like that. Some medals are unit oriented. Base attack. supply ship attacking attacking the enemy ace unit, assault medals, heavy assault medals, so on and so forth. You know, it shows how good you are. This everyone can see. By the way, everyone can see these when they click on your profile if they do. This is your current. This is like what you have as your current deck loadout. As you can see, I've got a Dom, a Zogok, a Zaku 1, and a Zaku Cannon for ground engagements. And in space, I've got a Zaku 2 Commander, Silver Zaku 2 F-Type, a Zaku FS, and a Gold Zaku F-Type on my space deck. This is the proficiency. This just shows. This is pretty much a gauge of what suit do you use the most. And of course, there's a whole bunch of suits. Just scrolling down. And of course, on the GP version, if I was on my Zeke, I wouldn't see any Federation suits. This is just a history of your prior games. It only keeps, I think, the last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that you can actually, if you click on them, it'll replay them. So if you want to watch a replay of why you lost or how you could do better, it's there. This is the score table. The people usually at the top of the scoreboard of every week actually get prizes. So there is a incentive to go there. Now, alright, I'm moving way too fast, but it's a bad habit. And I need to... Right, this is the mail message. This is... Anyways, back to this. This is the guild tab. If you don't have a guild, it'll look different, and I'm not exactly going to just shit. This is the message board, in case you haven't figured that out. If you're in a guild, when you're looking for a guild, there'll be like a little magnifying glass. If you want to join Nozaku, for anyone out there, or for the person I pretty much made this for, please note that when you're trying to join a guild or look for one, the spelling of the guild is case sensitive, meaning for Nozaku, the N and the Z have to be capitalized. You can't join right away. It submits an application, and in the case of Nozaku, I'll pretty much, if I'm on and I see that someone wants to join up, you're in. No questions asked, really. There are benefits to joining a guild, a clan or a guild. With guilds that are high level, you actually gain bonuses to your build, to your critical success rates and your normal success rates when building suits or upgrading parts. So that is in itself a massive incentive. Again, clan challenges, to remember. I'm not sure what this is. So yeah. This, on the JP version, each faction it's basically a stolen suit system. On the JP version, if you're Zeke, you get access to a few Federation suits. There's actually 3 tabs in the JP version. And if you're EF, you get access to Xeon suits. On here, since there's no factions and it's just Team A versus Team B, but basically as you win matches, you get about 10 points. As you can see, I've unlocked the Zaku 1 to use, so it unlocks the next tier. And in order to unlock the next tier, I have to, unlock the Zaku Mariner. The tabs behind it are actually different loadouts. I should have unlocked this one, because I like this build. It's the stolen suits are on a limited time use. They're like rentals. You cannot start in a stolen suit. It's after your basically the first time you respawn, you'll get a chance to spawn in. They're once per sortie deals, meaning if you lose it during one match, you can't use it for the rest of that match. This is weird. I do not know what to properly call this. This seems to be a new feature of the game for the Taiwan version. basically you can rack up points and spend them on blueprints and other stuff. So, yeah. Next is the player tab. As you can see, this is mail. Not sure what this is. I think this is outgoing mail, if I remember correctly. This is people online, or just a list of them. I think that's a friends list. Don't know. No, I think this is your friends list. Whatever. This, of course, as you can see, it's flashing. This is like gifts. You know, things. You can click on them individually and accept them. There's a daily ticket, which actually I can go back now. Or you can click on that. If you have more than 50 gifts, you actually have to keep clicking this. This I think is like just talk to tech support. Let's see, go into here, click that. And this is Gasha. Actually, if you noticed, if you go back and watch it briefly, you'll notice that before I even click the button, the present lights up, meaning it's predetermined, that it's not like luck or chance. So yeah. In any case, this is score screen, and it changes between, and those are the hot new units in the DX. This button just jumps you straight into the battle. But before I click on that and show you anything, this is your hangar. This is pilot coordinate. This is the shop. Click this. This is large scale battle. This is like a team-based combat situation. I'm not sure. I'm gonna click on that. This is in case there's a tournament. This is for platooning up. Platooning up is basically you grab your friend, you go in, you can all go into the same match together. This is just solo queue. Again, for versus tournaments. And the scale is 9v9, so. And if you pretty much click this, watch. It auto queues you. It's pretty much quick queuing. And of course, if you.
参戦予約ボタンを押してください。
That's your coordinator. But that's basically from here, you go here.
参戦予約ボタンを押してください。
And you'd actually have to always go through there. This is the queue. If you've done the tutorials, it will give you a chance of queuing up for that. This is yes, this is no. But this is the commander role.
まもなく戦闘が開始されます。参戦ボタンを押してください。
I didn't want to do that. Oh no. Oh no.
戦闘開始までしばらくお待ちください。
Oh fuck. I don't want it. You need to actually know how to speak for a commander role. Shit. How long is this running? Fuck me sideways, 28 minutes. I'm just gonna cut half. I'm gonna just cut this. Hey, you know what? I'll jump ship.
戦闘開始までしばらくお待ちください。
Alright, well, in any case, when you jump into a match, you're kind of given this. Oh, right, this is options. I'm pretty sure if you look hard enough online, or one of the incomplete JP wikis will have a breakdown on how to do everything. This is the graphics settings tab, that much I know. This is settings. This one is off because this is a low resolution mode, so keep that off. The rest of this is like shading, anti-aliasing and shit like that. One of these is the hints, which if you don't turn off, you get these really big screen size hints in the middle of your fucking screen. I'm gonna see how fast it takes to get me kicked out of the commander position. In any case. So, yeah, this is... Oh, he's got a Gelgoog. Lucky bastard. Right. What? I think I got kicked. Alright, then. Yeah, I got kicked. Whew. Alright, well, I'll let that out. In any case, this is the hangar. This basically refills all your suit energy. Your suits can go for 20 matches before they need to be refilled. Every suit that's in your deck loses 1 tick. Rentals cannot be replenished. So yeah, these are modules. I would look for JP translation. I'm not going to bother to explain this because I know for a fact there is JP translations for upgrading weapons and stuff like that. So go look that up or ask in one of the end threads. Actually, I'm gonna. As you can see, those golden tickets have actually a different effect. In this case, they actually have a 100% crit success rate in building. Yeah, so just go look up a guide for that. I'm pretty sure you can find it if you look hard enough. You just, yeah, oh no. Yeah, there is an English Gundam wiki. If you Google it, you should be able to find a rough translation. This menus really haven't changed over the years. So yeah. In any case, that's all I've got. Bye. Oh, fucking